Hello, guys, and welcome back to our post-match review of the game. It has been it's just a dramatic game. The game was so dramatic, and I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked with the game because we started the game when we are, I think we were sixth position. We finished the game when we are now third. I don't know how we moved three places high up the table. And to even add to what has just happened, Chelsea have actually dropped points. Chelsea dropped points in this game. So I want to generally talk about the game and what has just happened, because I am so shocked, because how can we move from sixth to third? Now, one thing I have to say, and I know a lot of people might be disappointed, but when you look at the game, you'll be happy with the draw. You'll be happy with the draw. Not that you will not also be disappointed that Chelsea did not manage to get all the 3 points, but you can say that you're contented with the draw, because we are coming up against a team that actually finished second last season. And what even fascinates me is the stats. Look at the stats. Chelsea have almost close to the same possession as Arsenal. And yeah, we have close to the same possession as Arsenal. We have the same number. We have more shots than them. We have 3 shots on target, similar to them. So actually, it was quite a balanced game. And I'm really happy with the position where Chelsea are, because I remember what I told you. Chelsea had a very difficult fixture. Prior to the international break, we were actually sitting 5th. But after the international break, we are going to play Liverpool at Anfield, Newcastle at home, Manchester United at Old Trafford, and play Arsenal. Those 4 games were very difficult games for Chelsea. So if somebody told me that by the next international break, Chelsea will actually be sitting third, I would have taken that. And this further showcases why the league is so difficult, and this showcases how Liverpool are actually the dominant force in the league this season. So Chelsea are third. You are above Arsenal. If somebody just told you after the international break, when somebody just laid you the fixture that Chelsea were playing, Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Manchester United away, Arsenal away, and somebody told you Chelsea will be seated third after those fixtures, will you take it? Yes, you will take it. So Chelsea are third currently. They are currently 9 points behind Liverpool, league leaders, and they're actually just around the positions between Chelsea third and Brighton are all fixed. All those teams have 19 points. But I'm optimistic looking at the fixtures that Chelsea actually have after the international break. Chelsea has green fixtures. These are winnable fixtures that can actually make Chelsea maintain the top 4 after the international break. So let's just look at the fixtures that Chelsea have. Leicester away, that's a winnable fixture. Aston Villa at home, that's a winnable fixture. Southampton away, that's a winnable fixture. Spurs away. So the only difficult and tricky fixture that we may have is Spurs, but I believe that we can actually beat Spurs away. That is one of the fixtures that we normally play well. We have Brentford at home, then we have Everton away, then Fulham at home, then Ipswich Town, till that is around the end of the year. So it's just Chelsea's next fixtures are winnable, and Chelsea can actually look to build and go on a run. If Chelsea can manage to go on a run all the way to January, that can be really great, and actually go on a run to a point whereby they beat Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. If Chelsea can do that, then I'm optimistic that Chelsea can actually secure top 4. It is very important for Chelsea to go on a 10-game winning run and rack up those points as quick as possible. So somebody's telling me I'm going to talk about the team. So first of all, Marc Cucurella, that was a very good performance by Cucurella. I remember he was up against one of the most technical wingers, and I've always said this: whenever Chelsea have played against Arsenal and Cucurella played against Saka, he has always bullied Saka. Saka could not receive the ball. Cucurella was winning the ball off Saka. Saka could not dribble. He was just restricted to be creating crosses, outswingers. But Cucurella just bullied him. I was talking to my mate and I told him probably Cucurella should take Bukayo Saka from his pocket since the game is actually over. So you can just see how that 1v1 battle was won. And I insisted that Cucurella had to start this game. He had to start this game. He started this game, bowled Saka, nicked the ball off Saka, reminded Saka that this is Stamford Bridge. You cannot do the things that you used to do. Remember last season when we lost 5-0? Cucurella did not play that game. Again, I think the defense played quite well. But a lapse in concentration costed us, made us to go actually a goal down. Lapse in concentration. Because I do not see how Martinelli was allowed acres of space in the far post. How could the Arsenal actually have? And it was because of Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke should have actually dropped into the defense line and tracked the run of Martinelli. But he did not drop. And this actually coupled with how poor he was throughout this game. Now, we move on to the midfield. Caicedo again is showing levels. Caicedo is showing levels. And somebody has actually pointed out a clear thing. Lavia and Caicedo seems not to work. In that it is actually taking our attacking threat. Because when Fernandes came in, Fernandes actually made the assist to Pedro Neto. So that is something that Maresca should ponder over, especially during the international break. And since we're actually coming up against winnable games, like the rest of the games that we're actually expecting, we're supposed to actually win those games. So I expect Maresca to revert back to Fernandes and Caicedo so that Fernandes can actually be pushing forward into that left side and allowing Rhys James to invert next to Caicedo. I think Lavia can be deployed into the Conference League because I have seen we really need Fernandes's technical ability in this team. And again, I repeat again, if somebody told you that after these tough fixtures, Chelsea will be sitting third, would you take that? I would take that. So I'm really impressed with the performance. Overall, the team played well. There was no silly mistakes at the back, especially just that one part where Noni Madueke failed to track his runner. The defense looked assured. Sanchez also made some incredible saves. Sanchez made some incredible clearances. Cole Palmer, let's talk about Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, today he had quite a quiet game, but I'm starting to ponder over that that playing towards the left is actually weakening Cole Palmer. It's actually weakening Cole Palmer. We should actually shift Cole Palmer back to the right because when he's on the right-hand side, he's having his stronger foot inclined towards he's actually pushing him inside the pitch. And we actually need to talk about Noni Madueke because I think somebody's talking about Palmer was poor. I thought Palmer sometimes attempted some passes, though when he plays down that left half space position, he's actually restricted to just crossing the ball and playing balls for the runs of Neto. And actually, we are seeing Pedro Neto playing quite well down the right. Pedro Neto is giving Chelsea something that Chelsea lack down the right. And in the future, we need to start talking about how we are actually going to get Pedro Neto to play in his best position. And playing Pedro Neto in his best position is actually to play him down the right. Then we need to understand who are we going to play down the left. Are we going to play Mudryk? Because Mudryk seems to actually be his form has since been improving. So probably we need to start talking about bringing Mudryk back into the team and playing him down the left, playing Pedro Neto down the right, moving Cole Palmer down to the right, and bringing back Enzo Fernandez back into this team. We need to bring Enzo Fernandez back into this team. We need Enzo back in this team so that he can be able to play those passes, create those opportunities for his teammates. Again, I liked the mentality. We went a goal down and quickly we managed to punish them. And that is something that we even saw in the game against Manchester United. We went a goal down. We did not close ourselves. We did not lose our heads. We did not get demoralized. We continued to push on, and went ahead, nicked an equalizer. And actually, in those last 10 minutes of the game, anything could have happened. I want to talk about Jackson. Jackson was holding the ball quite well. He was dropping deep. though he did not have a lot of chances. The player who received the ball a lot was actually Noni Madueke, and Noni Madueke was so poor. And Noni Madueke is living off the hat-trick that he scored against Wolves. And it's coming now to the manager's attention that Pedro Neto will have to be playing down the right. We cannot have one of the best wingers playing out of position, because Pedro Neto is one of the best wingers in the league. He's very fast. He has an incredible work rate. He's very strong. He knows how to link up play. So we need to play Pedro Neto in his favorite position. So we need to move Pedro Neto to the right. We need to move Cole Palmer to the right. And then we need to move Fernandez to the left and find a left winger. Are we going to play Jadon Sancho down the left? That's a question. Is Sancho coming back to start down the left wing? Are we going to have Enzo Fernandez back into the team? We are coming up, I repeat again, we are coming up to fixtures where we are actually supposed to be winning. I've told you we are approaching fixtures where Chelsea should actually win those fixtures. We need to beat Leicester. We need to go to Leicester, beat them. We need to win all those fixtures that are actually until probably around. We need to win games until January. Only just drop points in a few games. But if we are serious, if we play the way we are playing, if we bring back our attacking structure that made us score a ton of goals, bringing Fernandez back into the team, pushing Pedro Neto down to the right, bringing Cole Palmer back to the right half space, and having our team attack the way they used to attack, I'm 100% sure that you can actually go in a 10-game winning run. And we need to go on that run. Probably if we go in that 10-game winning run, we have an opportunity to even be top of the table by February. And I believe we can do it. We were up against a strong team. We bullied them. They were physical. We made sure they did not score from a corner. That's another plus. We made sure that they did not bully us out of the ball. We saw actually Caicedo bullying them. They were actually the players who were getting bullied out of the ball. And we also saw our team going toe-to-toe with them, because the possession was quite balanced. The chances were quite balanced. The corners were quite balanced. Everything was quite balanced. So when I look at how Maresca has actually transformed this team, I see we have narrowed the gap. We have narrowed the gap between Chelsea and teams like Arsenal, teams such as Manchester City, and teams such as Liverpool. Do I mean that we are at their level? Not yet. But we have a clear depiction of the team that next season we can actually come into the season hoping that Chelsea can challenge for the title, because I have seen we have narrowed the gap. Last season, we played with Arsenal. We lost 5-0 away. At home, we drew 2-2. And it was courtesy because we made silly mistakes at the back. But this season, I've seen we've gone toe-to-toe with them. We have possessed them. We had time on the ball where we had them on strings. So it's actually showing some positivity into the team. Now, we need to get that midfield balance. I repeat, we need to have that midfield balance. The only thing that is separating Chelsea from greatness is having that midfield balance. A lot of people have been slating Enzo Fernandez, calling out Enzo Fernandez, but you can see when Enzo Fernandez is not on the team, the number of goals that Chelsea actually score, the chances that Chelsea actually have reduces. But when we have Enzo Fernandez in the team, the number of chances we have increases. Our opportunities in front of goal increases. So this means that Enzo Fernandez is an important player for our attack. We need to look for a way where we are going to bring him in. We need to look for a way we are going to bring him in. We are going to have Reece James on the team. We are going to have Kurela in the team. We're going to have Cole Palmer in the team, and we're going to play these players in their best position. Because if we play these players in the best position, we automatically guarantee ourselves a position in the top ranking places in the league. Like, for example, I was saying that if we play a back four of James, Fofana, Colwill, and Cucurella, then probably we can decide to invert Reece James in midfield, then play a midfield of Caicedo and Fernandez. So Fernandez pushes towards the left, allowing Cole Palmer to play towards the right, so that we can have that balance in the team and we're able to create opportunities for the team. So I'm generally going to do a video on that. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you have to say. But in my opinion, third prior to the international break, I'm happy with that position. We played very difficult fixtures. Those are fixtures that I was looking at, and if somebody just told me that Chelsea would be third after those fixtures, I would have been shocked. But we are actually third. We started the international break with points which were we started when we were fifth. We are now third. We've played the toughest teams in the league. We have bypassed them. Now we are entering into clean fixtures. Chelsea should come. Enzo Maresca should bring that attacking strength into the team after the international break. We need now to be blowing and cruising over this team. We just need to go on a run. If we maybe go on a run of 30 games, we can get 30 points and have ourselves 49 points before the first leg, actually earlier into the second leg. And probably we can carry on from there and actually look to secure top four. I want us to secure top four even before we enter the last 5 games or 10 games of the season. By game week 30, we should have actually secured top four. So I cannot blame Cole Palmer. So I'm saying people are talking about moving Cole Palmer. The manager is trying. The manager is trying, because I also understand why Enzo Maresca had to bring in Lavia and Caicedo, because Lavia is better defensively. He makes runs quite well. He is able to play as a sitter next to Caicedo. So I do understand the reason why. Sometimes he needed to have Lavia there so that he can have the legs, because he was going up against very strong teams, and you need that physicality. So I do understand. But since we are already past our tough fixtures test, we need now to go and try to win the rest of our games. So far, we've just lost 2 games in the season. We've played Arsenal, we've played Manchester United, we've played Liverpool, we've played Manchester City. Spurs, I expect us to beat Spurs with the way they play. I expect us to beat Spurs. So I want to share the link, and probably 1 or 2 can come in and actually give their opinion on the game. And we really need to look at the team and appreciate where the team is actually at. We need to appreciate where the team is actually at. So there's the link. Let's try and join so that we can give our opinions on this game. So first of all, I realized that Arsenal were getting frustrated at times. And seeing this team actually being on point and ready to go toe-to-toe with the best teams in the league is actually a clear indication that Chelsea are actually maturing into a very deadly force in Europe. And with this kind of form, we should be ready to actually go and play in the Champions League, because now we are actually looking like a team that is a Champions League kind of team. So if you click the link, you can join. Click the link, join the link, and actually have an opportunity to have your say about this game. And Chelsea do not just have an opportunity to finish 4th. Chelsea can actually look to push to finish 3rd. I've said Chelsea have around 12 winnable fixtures. 12. I've counted those games. Chelsea have around 12 winnable fixtures. The only tough fixtures in those games are Spurs away and Aston Villa at home. Spurs away, Aston Villa at home. But Chelsea have 12 winnable fixtures that Chelsea can actually go and win those games. So I want to bring one person here to actually give their view. And then as I also build up to try and give my view on what is happening. So hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
can
How
hear
are
you.
you? Yeah, I can
I'm
hear you.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game. It was a very
Yeah.
interesting game. Uh, I want to say kudos to Chelsea, kudos to Maresca for this far.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea sitting at the third spot in the log on the log is a very impressive performance by and large since the season starts. And I think we can clearly see progress. The team are gelling, and if we look at it, I think Chelsea is probably the youngest squad in the Europe top 5, if I'm right though. And
Yeah, yeah.
these guys, I think with time, as the season progresses, they are going to build up the mentality, with the winning mentality, to kill games off, because sometimes you don't necessarily need to play good. In most of our games, sometimes I think maybe we don't have the luck or something, but I think the killer instinct
The killer instinct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm talking about. But I don't think we have a problem scoring goals. We don't have a problem scoring goals because when I look at our statistics, we have scored so far 22 goals. Manchester City have
Yes,
scored
yes.
goals,
If we look
but
at
we have
our
conceded
past three
more goals.
matches,
Yeah,
our last three matches in the Premier League, I'm not saying other competitions now, we can
yeah,
clearly see that the goals have kind of dried up due to the
yeah,
creativity. Now
yeah,
I'm happy that people are realizing the importance of Enzo
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fernandez. If we look at our matches like 2, 3 matches ago, you will see clearly that the goals are drying up. Even the
yeah,
effect of Kokama is easy
yeah,
to double up on Kokama. But when you have two
yeah,
creative attacking player in the half spaces, it's
yeah.
free up the Kopama and all that. So I think we have to find a way, like you said, to bring in
Enzo.
Fernandez,
Yeah, yeah,
Enzo. Although Fernandez is a little bit lazy in terms of his work rate and all that, that's where the balance, Maresca was, saying in some of his interviews, the balance, trying to find the balance in the midfield, in the back line and all that. But while we are trying to find the balance, I think it has deprived the the creativity, up front there. So I would like us to introduce um, Fernandez back in after the international break, and
just a
it's
minute.
high time. It's high time Madueke, face severe competition. I mean, start to sit on the bench. If you look at some movements Arsenal were making today, Madueke was not tracking back. I must be
Yeah,
honest here.
yeah, yeah,
Madueke needs to let go of his ego. Sometimes, you know, you have to understand. Neto should be the one finding it difficult to track back, because tracking back has never been one of the attributes of Neto. We all know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he has adapted. He has even added that into his game. But Madueke
yeah,
is
yeah,
not tracking back, and is leaving Gusto exposed.
yeah, yeah,
Gusto
yeah.
as well. Gusto as well up front in the attacking zones offers nothing down, literally normal passes and all that. Sometimes he finds himself in a good spot where he can kill off games and score one or two goals, but he's not converting those chances. The same thing happened today at the near end of the post when he got a cross from one of the players. Can't
Yeah, yeah,
remember,
I
and
remember.
he should he
Yeah, I
should
remember.
score that goal. He should score
Yeah.
that goal. Reece James
Before
in
you
any day will bury the ball in the net.
before you continue, somebody is talking
Yes,
about
sir.
appreciating 2 points out of 12 from top six. Let me just say something. I will appreciate 2 points from top six because, first of all, we are not going for the league title. That is something that I always reiterate in this channel. Chelsea are not going to challenge for the title this season. But if we can, because we are, as much as you're saying that we have only 2 points against the top six, one thing you also have to realize is that we are actually taking points. We have taken 2 points from Arsenal, we have taken 2 points from Manchester United. And to also add on to that, I also believe that even if we draw with the traditional top six, our form against the other teams has been great. We have beaten Brighton. Brighton have beaten Manchester City. We've beaten Bournemouth. Bournemouth has beaten Arsenal and Manchester City. We've I think which other team we've drawn with Nottingham Forest. They beat Liverpool at
Yes,
home. So
yes,
as much as you are looking at Chelsea dropping points against the traditional top six, you also have to acknowledge that Chelsea is actually gaining some points from the other teams, the other lower teams. So you need to understand that Chelsea is actually winning because, in my view, things that have costed us points is losing and dropping points to these other teams. Under
yes,
Tuchel, we used to beat these top teams, but we used to drop points to these small teams. So if you tell me that Chelsea can actually get 2 points from these fixtures, and we actually go in a 12-match winning run, because currently in those 12 games, we only have Aston Villa and Spurs as the only tough fixtures. If Chelsea can win those 12 matches and have 2 points against the top six, I will pick the 12 matches.
Host, can I add something to that, if you don't
Yeah,
mind?
yeah,
Yes, thank you. If you look at the top six, we only lost to the top two teams, which
yeah.
is Man City and Liverpool.
Liverpool.
One of the things to build consistency is getting results.
Yeah.
And when Liverpool started to gain momentum, it was not taken seriously, because people were saying they've not faced top teams aside Man U, and Man United at that time were not great, and blah blah blah. You see,
Mm.
getting a point in some fixtures like this is better, is so much good, because it helps the mentality and it keep the young lads going, the young boys going, and I will be honest, I'm happy with our performance even against the top four, the top six or thereabout for now.
Okay,
And
let
I
me.
think this result will come, it will be
Mm.
better as the season progress.
Okay, just do not leave the call, please. Don't leave the call. Let me just give this other person the chance to speak. You don't leave the call. You can just mute. I'll bring you back again. Okay. Hello. 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 MC, relax. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can just say something. Chinedu will
Hello.
be back. Yeah. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. I can hear you.
Yes. I love the way the guys play the match, and I
Yeah.
love the way they perform. I love their performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have issue with Maresca.
Yeah.
I have issue with Maresca. When you look at Chelsea team is not a team that you can regularly be playing a particular person, fixing a particular person in every match. Chelsea don't have that kind of players. They are not like Liverpool or like Manchester City. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you.
Yes. So Chelsea, we don't have the player like Manchester City or Liverpool that can play every match. You understand? When we are
Mm-hmm.
playing a ball possession team, there is no way we need Enzo Fernandez. We need
But
Enzo Fernandez to
but
play to play the full match.
but I'm
You
saying also.
understand? So, but when we are
Yeah.
playing low block, yes, when we are playing low block team, Enzo
Mm.
Fernandez don't usually perform, and everybody knows that. But when we are playing big matches, we need Enzo Fernandez. Then number two, we need Felix when we are playing big team. Felix love to play big games. Joao Felix love to play big games. Let's try to bring this guy in when we are playing big matches. We saw
But
what he
listen.
does in Barcelona.
But let me
Hello, can you
just
hear me?
differ with you for a moment. No, you cannot
Okay.
bring Felix onto the match and have Cole Palmer into the match. And it's
You
not
say
like
what?
Chelsea
Yes, yes,
have been so appalling. Like, it's not that Chelsea have been destroyed by these big teams. The thing that we have noticed is that
I
we've
know,
dominated the ball. We've uh, we've
I
we've
know,
failed to create the chances that we usually create.
I know.
Think that
Today,
yes.
I know. Today, did you see Palmer performance today?
I cannot blame
Did,
Palmas. I cannot blame Palma. Of
yes,
course,
I
if
cannot
you
too.
play a
Yes,
player out of position, if you play a player out of
yes,
position, and then
yes.
you
I
don't
can't
have,
blame
because
him.
Arsenal players understood that Gusto is not a threat. Gusto cannot make that
Yes,
pass. Gusto cannot shoot.
yes,
So teams are
yes.
realizing you can just allow Gusto to have the ball, because the only thing he will do is that once he receives the ball, he will pass the ball to
He
Madrid.
released.
So once he
Yes,
passes the ball to Noni, Noni is either going to go to the byline or attempt to cut in and
yes,
actually a poor shot. So there is no
Yes,
threat when
yes,
you have Gusto in that right half space. But if you moved Palmer there, then you have a player who can cut in and attempt a shot on goal with his stronger left
yes,
foot.
yes,
And you also, when you have
yes,
Fernandez down the left, you have a player who's able to switch the play and is also able to play balls in behind
yes,
for the right
yes,
of
yes.
Neto. Yeah.
Yes, you get it. You got it right. But if at the same time you want to move Palmer to the left side and
Yeah.
the performance is not coming, then you try to remove him
Yeah.
or bring him back to the right side. So when you want to remove Palmer, you need to solve Palmer today. If you watch that match, Palmer have to come out today. And if Palmer
I
want to come out, you
I
bring
don't.
in Joao Felix. Joao Felix combination with Modric. You see what they done in Conference League. Two of them.
But you
You
see,
understand? So if you want to use that tactics, then you have to bring in Joao Felix to support Modric, so that
but you see also.
Non-Madueke or Neto will be free. That place, look at what Arsenal did. Look at the goal of Martinelli. They bring us down to Saka and they change the direction of the ball. You understand?
But you see,
So that's
you
what
see.
he's trying to do. He want to bring Arsenal out to face one direction and change the ball to another direction. You understand?
Yeah, but you see now
But
the
Palmer,
issue
Palmer
here.
cannot
Just
function
a
well
minute.
in
Just a
that
minute.
area.
Just a minute, please. You see the issue
Okay.
that you've actually raised, in bringing in Felix. You've talked about the Conference League. You see, when we gave Jao Felix the opportunity to play against a top Premier League side, he did not perform. When we gave him that game at the Carabao against Newcastle, he did not perform. And Jao Felix does not give the team physicality. You are playing against the most physical teams, and then it's towards the latter stages of the game. So if we were chasing the game, then it is better to bring him into the game. But since we already had a point, you need the defensive balance. You need attack and defensive balance. And when you have Jao Felix, you automatically lose that defensive
Yes.
balance. That is just something that I have seen. It's not
Uh,
that you might like the player,
but
you
with
might
the
have,
match
you
today,
might
do
have
we
a
have
fan.
defense balance?
Yes.
Do you think we have a defense balance today?
Today, throughout the 90 minutes, I can say we had a defensive balance. The attacking balance, I can say no, we didn't have it, but the defensive balance, we did have it. Because we did not concede a lot of shots on target.
So
We
what
just conceded 3 shots on target.
do
One
you,
was a goal, two was a
I know? Do you know that we defend from our attack? Do you know that we defend from our attack? If our attack does not function well, that means the defense will suffer also.
but
Can you hear me?
yes, that is yeah, yes, I can hear you. And we have said that going forward, I think there's some
Uh-huh.
noise from your. I think there's some noise. Chinedu, Chinedu.
Yes, yes, host. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah, yes. You can just conclude what you had to say.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I just want to chip in something
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Uh, br- I think bringing Cucurella back into the midfield, like inverting Cucurella back into the midfield,
Yeah.
we definitely solve some situations in terms of, and also help Enzo to, to be more up front. What I mean, help Enzo. Cucurella has this aggression to mark, to tackle ball, to intercept, and he's also a good, passer of the ball. And if you look at when Maresca was, inverting Cucurella alongside Caicedo in the midfield, it was a balanced game, just like what Pochettino did in his last few matches last season. But where the problem lies is the center CB, ball playing CB, which we only have one reliable one passer, which is Colwill, and
Yeah.
Colwill we have to move to the left side. So I think Chelsea just needs some couple of transfer. If in my own little idea, if we can get this guy at Man City, Ruben Diaz, He's a good passer, a good tackler, and a blocker. He blocks a lot of shots into that right side midfield, because I'm not convinced with this Fofana. He's been injured for over a year, and returned, and he needs a couple of runs, like a couple of games to start picking up. He has lost some touches, he's not that the kind of player. Fofana is aggressive, but his aggression is not in a profitable way, and he's not a
Yeah, yeah.
good passer of the ball. It's not calm on the ball.
But
And
one
and
thing you
then
need,
Sanchez
one
too.
thing you could say is that when Fofana was bought from Leicester, he was a really young, promising defender. But one thing that I think they like about Fofana is his pace. Because we play with the high line, sometimes you need center backs who are fast, and that's why Tosin cannot actually play. Tosin is a better passer of the ball, but when it comes to pace,
Yes,
Fofana is
it's slow.
faster than him.
Yes, yes,
It's very slow.
yes.
So, and one the reason why last season, towards the end of last season, we were inverting Cucurella is because we had Thiago Silva. And you see, when you have Thiago Silva playing as the central center back, you are safe, because even if he doesn't have the pace, you are assured that Thiago Silva knows how to read the game. Thiago Silva knows where to pass the ball. Thiago Silva knows when to step out, when to fall back. He was smart. So if you have a center back partnership of Thiago Silva and Colwill, then you can have Rhys James down the right, then you can have Cucurella down the left. And then when you have the ball, you can move Cucurella into midfield, have Fernandez push forward, and then you have Thiago Silva as the central most defender. And your opinion on getting Ruben Diaz, I actually support it. But I think Guardiola is going to allow Ruben Diaz to leave Manchester City. Do you think so?
He's not playing. I think Diaz will want game time, no doubt about that. And if we put in some little money box, I think Chelsea can get him, and it will be a good addition.
If we can
Though
get
it's just my thoughts.
if we get Ruben, if we get Ruben Diaz, then I can say Chelsea can actually go for the title next season. We are just that way. If we get Ruben Diaz
Yes,
and
we
we
need
have Ruben
experience.
Diaz, Colway, and James at the back, then I can say we can actually for the title. If that is the
Yes.
defense, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
But
Oh,
I
how
don't
about the
think
goalkeeper?
Guardiola can look. Yeah,
How,
yeah,
how
yeah,
about the
yeah.
goalkeeper? I mean, Sanchez today, if you look at the angle which he was covering, it's just my own view though. I'm not convinced. I
Should be
think he
safe
could have done
that.
better with that goal.
True, true, true. I also wondered, how did he concede that goal? How did
He
Sanchez
could have
concede
done
that?
better in that goal. Sanchez is not living up to expectation. It's
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. Wow. So what then we need to should we bring back Petrovic? Because also Petrovic does not claim crosses, but he's a very good shot stopper. Petrovic is a very good shot stopper and is a better passer than Sanchez. So what should we do? Because we have many goalkeepers. You saw Kepa is also a Chelsea goalkeeper who's on loan. Yes. So we have Kepa. We have Kepa who's out. So yeah, I think the participant has dropped out. So what I can just say is that, in my opinion, this is a great performance by the team, and hopefully we are able to build from that performance. So I'll be making the tactical analysis video of this game. I'm also going to analyze Cole Palmer and why is Cole Palmer struggling. So there's a lot of videos that I'm actually planning to actually give out during the international break. So thank you for joining us in this live stream, and thank you for also leaving your comments and likes below. See you in our next video.